Hello, hello, and good evening. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to New Thought Media Network's Evening Prayers. I am Rev Lisa, and I am a spiritual life coach, and I am here to share a prayer with you. So welcome to tonight's prayer program. We run from 8:15 p.m. Mountain Standard, and we also go 8:15 a.m. in the morning. So join us for both of those, for it is a great way to anchor your spiritual practice. So today is July 7th, 2021, and I am so grateful that you're here with me. So hello out there, and welcome to New Thought Media Network. And hello, Wayne. Good to see you this evening. Always great to have you. And thank you, the rest of you, for joining us. Thank you very much. We appreciate you being here with us. So what we like to do here is we focus on affirmative prayer for this evening's program. And the way that we do that is we like to focus on what we know and recognize that we are connected to a higher source, a higher power, or God, whatever word you prefer to use. So when we know that we are connected to that higher source, I always talk about this because it comes through crown chakra all the way down through that divine energy. So when we know that we're connected with that energy, it allows us to know that our prayers are heard and answered in divine time. That's the key to remember, is that it's on God's time, not on our time, because that higher power knows what's best for us. So when we put our faith and our trust in that through affirmative prayer, then that works very well. So thank you again for joining me this evening. And what I like to do usually is share a reading with you, and then we'll move into the prayer. And then I have a couple of announcements of some great programs that are coming up tomorrow, and they all are wonderful, and you'll definitely find one or more that resonate with you. We have lots of different styles of programs that support your spiritual growth. So I'm reading tonight actually from this month's, let me turn it. This is our guide for spiritual living. This is our Science of Mind magazine, and this is a wonderful daily guide. And it's really supportive and great. And I like it. Always a great way to start my day. I always like reading from it. So the reading that I have for you today is called Deep Listening. So there's a couple of quotes that I wanted to read. So the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. And that is by Pablo Picasso. And then the second little quote is, there, through a door of our own thought, we enter into the universal consciousness, into a complete realization of life and truth, love and beauty. And as we sit in the silence of our own souls and listen, it will be the greatest thing we ever do. And that is by Ernest Holmes, From a Creative Mind, one of the many books that he's written. So it goes on to talk about, so there's a minister in here, and her name is Reverend Dr. Michelle Medrano, and she actually runs Mile High Church, and that is in Lakewood, Colorado. It's a wonderful, beautiful spiritual home. It's approximately, I know last time I took count, it was around 10,000 members. So it's definitely one of our biggest churches in the movement, and she's wonderful. So she goes on to describe the idea behind her purpose and discovering her purpose. She talks about, when I became a minister, it became a special day for me. Yet I have to admit that it came through a number of years of listening, but not honoring my inner voice. She said she resisted her call to the ministry and suffered. And it's interesting, as I was reading this morning, I recognized that it was very similar to my experience of stepping into the ministry, which was way back. Well, I got my ministerial license back in 2002. And so it was interesting because, like, she's saying that she resisted that inner voice, and I did the same thing. I found it very challenging, and I was like thinking to myself, well, are you talking to me? I mean, me be a minister? That just didn't seem at all like to be my spiritual path, but it just kept nagging at me. That spiritual wisdom kept saying, it's time for you to go. And apparently that's what happened with Reverend Dr. Michelle as well. And she says the day that the wall tumbled down began to be a key moment when she was not listening to her inner voice. She says, all I can do is really listen to my inner voice. That inner voice is the most reflective way of my heart's desire. It is my highest self. And so I invite you to listen to your inner voice as well. So that's something that we all have. We're all born with it. It is something that we all carry with us, and that is that inner wisdom that works within us. And sometimes it's a gut feeling. Sometimes it'll be words that'll come to you. But I invite you to listen to what that inner voice is trying to tell you, because it is trying to guide you towards something better, something bigger. And so what she talks about at the end of that is she says, today I invite all of us into a deep listening and honoring of our hearts. What is it? Where is it inviting you to step up, to make a change, or take a risk? So I invite you to listen to your inner wisdom, your inner guidance, to what it is that your higher purpose is, what is our divine purpose, because we are all here, we're all born on this planet to experience and express our divine purpose of being here. And I actually talked about that today in my Inner Dazzle show, which is always at 1 o'clock on Wednesdays, 1 to 1:30 on Wednesdays, Mountain Standard Time. So check that out and listen up, because we always have some great topics. So join me for that. So to go on with the affirmation, she says, this day I listen and honor my innermost voice. I choose to live from my heart. Love that. I thought that was really beautifully said and beautifully written. So that is the reading for today, and that is your affirmation. I'm going to just read it one more time. This day, I listen and honor my innermost voice. I choose to live from my heart. So that is a wonderful thing, for sure. Let's see. What do you got, Wayne? Shine like a star in my own special way and add a beautiful light to this world. Amen to that. Beautifully. Well said, Wayne. Thank you. So that is wonderful. So that is our reading for today. And then what I'd like to do is just invite you to send us your prayer requests. So, of course, our prayer program includes any prayers that might come our way. The entire prayer team will work on those for the entire week. So send us your prayer requests and it's email. So email us at prayer@ntmedia.org. So once again, it's prayer@ntmedia.org. And you can get your prayers answered right there. We will take care of those prayers for you. So I invite you to send us your prayer requests. And I would like to invite you to join me now for a prayer. So as we settle back into our chairs, into our seats, wherever you are, bring your focus and your attention into right here, right now, so that you can be present and listen to the words as they speak to you. So close your eyes with me if you'd like. I'm going to take a couple deep breaths. Breathe in. Nice full breath in. When we breathe in that love and that light that is of the utmost high. We breathe in knowing that we are that divine breath of life. We allow that divine wisdom and intelligence, that universal presence, to permeate our being right here, right now. For it is omnipotent. It is omnipresence, everywhere present. Therefore, that incredible wisdom operates in and through each and every one of us. For we know we can connect to this higher source, this higher power. Some of us call God, some of us call life, universal wisdom, presence. As we connect to this intelligence, we know and recognize that with this presence, all things are possible. When we connect ourselves to it, we just know that this is the truth. And the truth is that we are actually already connected to it, for we are one with it. It resides deep within our heart, in our soul, in our mind, in our body. It is already present. All we have to do is raise our consciousness and move into an awareness of knowing and recognizing that we are connected to this divine source. Therefore, as we tap into this intelligence and this power, we can have all of our prayers answered. Anything that we desire, any challenges that we might be going through, anything that you might be experiencing, we just ask you to listen to that inner voice, as I mentioned earlier. We're going to listen to that inner voice and check in with ourselves and tap into that higher wisdom and ask for guidance. Ask for what that next step is. For one of the great sayings we say that when we pray, we are speaking to God, and when we meditate, we are listening. So I ask you to do that this evening before you head off to bed or when you go to bed. It's a great time to center yourself and check in and connect with that higher source, higher power, that omnipotent presence that resides deep within us, deep within our hearts, and ask for what it is that you desire. Affirm and know that it is possible, and tap into that faith and the wisdom that divine presence knows how and when and where to allow these good things to come in your life. We tap in and we trust and allow that good to work through our lives. It is given unto us, for it is our divine birthright to experience the good of God. And we just allow that to be the truth for today. Knowing and recognizing that we tap into this divine intelligence, we allow our inner wisdom to guide us into the next step, and we just take one step at a time, knowing that we are surrounded by that love and that light and that wisdom, knowing that it resides within us as we experience peace, harmony, love, abundance, and prosperity of multitudes, a healthy body, a healthy, balanced body, balanced and wholeness in our mind. You just feel all of these qualities of God, qualities of life, and know that they are within us and that we can express them right here, right now, anytime. So with a grateful heart, as we speak out into the world, we release our worries and our fears, and we bring in trust and faith and anchor into that divine wisdom and trust that higher power is working in our lives right here, right now. And that all the good that we desire is available to us right here today. With a grateful heart, we release these words into the universe and affirm and know that it is done. And so it is. Amen. And there is your prayer for this evening. Yes. Very much so. 'Tis all God and you're it. That's great. I like that. Wonderful. Thank you all for being here. So I would like to also invite you to send your gifts and your tithes to New Thought Media Network, as we are a growing ministry and we appreciate all the gifts that come our way. And it really is an opportunity for growth, because what we know in that law of reciprocity, that as we give, so shall we receive. And I have a beautiful quote I want to read to you. It says, "Every gift opens a heavenly door to the giver. Whoever sends blessings shall be abundantly blessed." And that is by Lila Gifty Akita. She does a beautiful job of describing what tithing and gifting is all about. So we appreciate any tithes or gifts you want to send our way. Any amount is wonderful. And what it does is it gives it an opportunity for that money to flow from you and also back to you. So the idea is that it's the law of reciprocity. It flows continuously. So it's always a great way to express it. I'd like for you to, let's see, today is Wednesday. So tomorrow we have some great programs coming up, of course. We have lots of wonderful things. One of the great things is we have Joy is in the Journey, and this is our wonderful Gina. She does such a beautiful job with this program. She is on Thursdays, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and she is on 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So join in for Gina, as she does a wonderful job of expressing and telling us all about joy. Joy is in the journey. So join in for that. Of course, Rev Lisa is on. She's on Sunday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. So for Mountain Time, she comes on right after our prayer, our morning prayer, at the end of the prayer at 8:30 Mountain Time. So check that out. You will definitely not be disappointed with her. She's fantastic. We also have wonderful Reverend Stephanie. She is on also in the mornings. She is on at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain. And she also does a beautiful job at what she is sharing, depending on what on the particular day. Let's see, what other programs do we have? We also have Jersey Girl. Oh, we can't forget her. This is wonderful Reverend Michelle, and she does an incredible job as well. And I love it because she just tells it like it is. She does a fantastic job, and she's on Thursdays at 10 a.m. as well. So join on in for that. That's always going to be a wonderful, great program. Let's see. I think that's about all we have for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. We appreciate everybody joining us, and have a wonderful and blessed evening. And I will look forward to seeing you in the very near future. Peace and blessings, and good evening. Bye.